Step out of the vehicle, you're under arrest for HOA violations, the man in a fake badge barked. His partner tightened his grip on handcuffs, while the smug HOA president filmed it like a trophy. The neighborhood froze. Kids stopped playing. Phones went up. Whispers spread like fire. But the calm man they tried to humiliate didn't panic. He only tilted his head and muttered, "You just made the biggest mistake of your lives." Within minutes, the block shook with the roar of black SUVs and flashing sirens. Because the man they thought was powerless was the most feared FBI agent in Texas. Marcus Hale was washing his truck when the HOA president, Carl Dempsey, stormed up with two men dressed in fake community enforcement uniforms. They had badges clipped to their shirts, radios buzzing, and a clipboard with phony citations. Carl sneered, "We warned you about parking this truck here. Today you're done." Neighbors stepped outside, curious, while the men barked orders. "Hands where we can see them. You're under arrest for repeated violations." Kids clutched their parents. Everyone thought Marcus was just another homeowner about to be bullied into submission. But Marcus didn't even raise his voice. He just looked at the badges, smirked, and asked calmly, "And who exactly do you think you're working for?" Carl puffed up his chest, pointing at the crowd. "This neighborhood has rules, and we enforce them. You don't get special treatment." His hired muscle stepped closer, one snapping open handcuffs, the other resting a hand on a taser. The neighbors gasped. "This doesn't feel right," someone whispered, filming from across the street. Marcus lifted his hands slowly, not in fear, but in control. His steady tone cut the air. "You're impersonating law enforcement. That's a federal crime." The fake officers laughed. Carl mocked, "What are you gonna do? Call the cops?" Marcus leaned in, his eyes cold. "No," he said. "They're already watching." For a moment, Carl faltered. The fake officers tried to push Marcus toward the SUV, but he didn't resist. Instead, he let their arrogance hang in the air while neighbors shouted, "This isn't legal." Marcus's phone buzzed in his pocket. A single glance showing an encrypted message, "Back up 2 minutes out." He looked Carl straight in the eye. "You ever wonder why I never fought back at your little HOA meetings? Why I never cared about your petty fines?" Carl's smirk wavered. Marcus's voice dropped, chilling the crowd. "Because I've been investigating you." The air felt heavier, the neighbors silent, waiting for the truth to drop like thunder. The two fake officers tightened their grip when the first sirens echoed down the block. Carl's face drained of color. Black SUVs screeched onto the street, doors flying open as real FBI agents swarmed with weapons drawn. Neighbors screamed, phones recording every second as the fake cops were slammed against the SUV and handcuffed. Carl tried to run, but an agent caught him by the collar. Marcus finally stepped forward, pulling his badge from his pocket. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The neighbors who thought he was just another homeowner now saw the gold letters glinting in the sun. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Carl's knees buckled. The man he tried to humiliate was the very person who held his future in his hands. The neighborhood was buzzing as agents loaded Carl and his imposters into vehicles. Marcus finally addressed the crowd. His voice wasn't angry. It was steady, commanding, and filled with weight. "This isn't about trucks, lawns, or HOA rules. It's about abuse of power. And when people think they can make their own laws, communities suffer." Neighbors nodded, some even clapping. A woman whispered, "All this time he was protecting us." Marcus looked at the families, the kids, the people who had watched in fear. You don't fight abuse with more fear. You don't fight abuse with more fear. You fight it with truth. As the FBI SUVs rolled away, leaving Carl pale and broken, the street fell silent. The HOA president's empire had collapsed in minutes, and the man they underestimated became the symbol of justice. For the first time in years, that block felt safe, and nobody would ever forget the day fake power met real authority. If this story moved you, show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing it with others. Subscribe to Unheard Heroes for more powerful stories that honor courage and truth.